Welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. We're in the lovely Marcus Whitman Hotel in downtown Walla Walla. My guest today is no other than the mayor of this bountiful and developing city, Jerry Cummins. Thank you for being here.
Good morning and welcome to Walla Walla.
Walla Walla has been such a success story in this state. You've really had a good run of things.
It is a beautiful place to live, to work, to enjoy, and to it's a wonderful place to live.
Well, what is, as the mayor, are you doing to benefit your citizens as far as the city streets? I know that has been one of the concerns.
We have had, one of the things about Walla Walla, the state of Washington, is the fifth oldest city in the state of Washington, so thus many of our infrastructure, including the streets, have been aging. We have actually, through the efforts of our citizens, formed a transportation benefit district, which is a 0.2% sales tax that we have imposed on ourselves to collect and to help fix primarily the arterial streets that we have in the city of Walla Walla. We've also have added taxes for what we call our infrastructure benefit district, where we are fixing what we call a trifecta, which is the streets, and also fixing infrastructure under the streets, the water and sewer lines. That a lot of those are because of leaky sewer lines and water lines. So we're fixing the trifecta, which is the streets and also the water lines underneath the streets at the same time, and sewer lines.
How long will that take you, and what's all that
Well,
costing?
we're trying to put a couple $1 million a year towards these projects. We have 120 miles of streets in the city of Walla Walla, so projecting out the timeline to get everything repaired is probably about 50 years, but we're working at other ways of increasing that timeline at the same time. But the streets are very important. Our infrastructure underneath is very important because we're losing water from our water treatment plant to the meters, and we think a lot of that is because of leaky water pipes.
Do you think the funding will last for the duration of what you need going into the future over the next 50 years?
Our transportation benefit district has a timeline of 10 years, and we believe that the citizens of Walla Walla, when they see what we are doing with that 0.2% sales tax money, will renew that in 10 years if it is effective. And this is about the third year of that process. So, I think that the citizens have told us that they have seen marked improvement in the street repair program that we have.
Good. So hopefully that will continue to
Yes,
get the job done.
It's a hard task because we have to not only identify the streets that need to be repaired, but we also have to work with a transportation plan so that citizens have the ability to still have mobility in the community while we're fixing streets. So we have to take certain streets and leave them open so that people can move around the streets that we are repairing. It causes an inconvenience to our citizens, but at the same time, when we're finished, they appreciate the fact that the streets have been repaired.
Oh yes, it needs to be done, but it is inconvenient.
Yes.
And it can be difficult for a business when their street is blocked off with construction as well.
And we had several streets. We had Rose Street, we had Alder Street, we had 2nd Street this summer downtown that we were working on, and that caused problems for our businesses. But they came through. They understood, and it worked. I think it worked out in the end.
Well, you're trying to prevent more water loss, and you have
Yes.
a wonderful asset in your watershed.
We do. We have a 36 square mile watershed that we have had a water right from that dates back into the 1860s. And whereas a lot of the state of Washington has seen a drought this year,
Oh, it's
the
been
surface
terrible.
water that we get from our watershed provides adequate surface water for the city of Walla Walla. We also have 7 wells that we have as backup for our water right from our watershed, so that if we have a turbidity problem or something like that, we can switch to our deep aquifer wells to provide water to our citizens. The interesting part of the fact that when we have an abundant amount of water coming from our watershed, we actually recharge our aquifer through our well system primarily, for example, in the wintertime when we're not irrigating lawns and that type of thing, we have extra water which we put back into the aquifer.
And kind of just keeps that all cycling through in a
It keeps
healthy
it
way.
all cycling through. The problem that we have, and we experienced that this year with our fire we had up Mill Creek, is our watershed has not been had any type of fire or fuel removal or fuel lowering since about 1903. And we have a abundant amount of potential fire issues in our watershed. And I think one of the things that we need to do is work with the United States Forest Service and have some clear cutting and have some fuel removal done in the watershed so that we can protect the future of the watershed. I've said for a long time, it's not if our watershed ever burns, but when our watershed burns. And when our watershed does burn, we will have to go to the system of using water from our wells for, depending on when the fire occurs, from maybe 1 to up to 5 years, depending on how long it takes us to get the grasses to grow back, to do the filtration system in the watershed like it is doing now.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe just clearing some of that out might be a little better.
Yes, but it is identified as a primitive area. You're not allowed to go into the watershed unless you have a permit, and because of that, there's a reluctance to do any type of clear cutting. So we have to work with our elected federal delegation to possibly get some of that done.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
Jerry, thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here this morning, and we hope you enjoy Walla Walla and its beauty.
Oh, I will. This is the Mayor of Walla Walla, Jerry Cummins. I'm Dana Cowley, and thank you for watching Charter Local Edition Northwest.